Hey everybody, welcome to a first look of today's big lunch title, Bravely Default 2. I'm so excited, let's go! Let's start it up. So, I have been a big fan of this series for a long time. The original two games, Bravely Default and End Layer, came out on the 3DS. Wow, many years ago now. I regard Bravely Default as one of my favorite RPGs, top 10 easily. It's one of the only ones that I've actually played multiple times. Played it to completion the second time. The first time, if you're familiar with the game, the ending features some loops, and I kind of got to that and said, nope, not doing this. But a year later came back and completed it, and totally worth it. This game has been in the process of coming out since 2019. It saw a delay. Very excited for it. This is a whole new story. I don't know much about the story. I tend to avoid hearing too much about a game until it comes out, especially when I know I'm going to play it. So I've kind of avoided it. I played the demo for about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not a big fan of demos that just start you in the middle of the game. Let's watch.
I am that which whispers, which carries, which connects. This thread of life, adrift, untethered. It must be woven back into the fabric of the world. Remember. Remember who you are.
So, we're going to play a character. This is the first character of a party. I'm going to play on casual for this first look. And what's happened here is that
return to the land,
around,
to your destiny.
And this mysterious voice is
cry out,
bringing him back to life.
Call out your name.
I do like how they allow you to name your character. Very much like Earthbound, where you can kind of give unique names. Final Fantasy was like that too. There's a bunch of games like that. I always find it weird. I kind of feel like just give me the ability to give my name, but when you give a default, like, you know, Seth, I feel inclined I need to pick it, because we're going to talk about these characters by their names for years to come. You know, we talk about Ness in Earthbound, but then you go, well, no, I named him something different, you know, or something. So either just don't even give them a name, or just keep the name. Anyway. So these games don't connect. The original Bravely Default had a sequel, End Layer, which featured many of the characters from the first game. This game, from what I know, does not have characters from the first game. It's a different story. So if you've never come to play Bravely Default before, then give this one a go. I mean, it looks really nice on Switch. Really nice. The characters here might seem simplistic, but compared to Bravely Default, I mean, these are very well rendered characters, and you're going to see some really good animations as well. It's definitely a JRPG. I can assure you.
Where
Dialogue
am I?
and all.
Is this what the crystal wished to show us?
So now Seth has washed up onto a beach,
Without a doubt, my
saved
lady.
by this voice.
Where the light led,
By
there he
saved, I mean,
lay.
thrown him onto a
Are
beach.
those voices?
If we can all be saved
Whose?
this way.
'Twould seem he is a young man of the sea.
This is all a little unexpected, I must say. But I trust you, Sir Sloane, and I trust the light of the crystal.
He may not seem
So the
much,
original
my
game
lady,
in this series
but
had
appearances
this
can
four
be
crystal
deceiving.
story, which
In
is
any case,
kind of a
he is in need
story
of
we've seen in a lot of,
urgent
even in just a
Let
lot
us
of
return to
Square Enix games.
town with all haste.
I totally
We will
see
talk
how that
more
can
of
be
what
weird.
this means
I don't think
at a
that,
later juncture.
yes, you can overdo the crystal story, but if you
Can't
think a
believe I
lot of
survived.
RPGs, they have really strange stories. A lot of RPGs, or includes some person who's trying to take over the universe, or there's some monster beyond human recognition. I think a lot of RPGs have stories that are not connective to humanity. And I actually appreciate RPGs that are connected to humanity. It's one of the reasons I like Earthbound. You're talking about characters that just live in a real world, not some alien planet, even if the end of that game gets a little sideways. And this is another, Bravely Default is a story that is kind of in between. It's not our world, but in a lot of ways, it's kind of a local story too. I don't think that means what you think it means. It's interesting that Seth is waking up in a inn.
You are in Halcyonia, in an
That
inn.
is how the first game
Don't be alarmed,
begins as
you are
well.
quite safe.
There's in the first game, the character begins with
Now that you appear to be capable of
his
speaking,
whole entire
perhaps you could tell me a little about
town
yourself.
being eaten up by the earth, and he wakes up
Me?
in an inn as well. So this one's actually starting
sure.
exactly the same way.
My ship got hit by this huge wave, and I was swept overboard.
I see. Then perhaps it was the crystal's will after all.
Huh?
And
What
yeah,
do you
so
mean?
This game concerns crystals.
Ah,
But you know what? It's
our
all about the
young
story.
seafarer has awoken
Just
at
because
last.
it's crystals, it doesn't mean every game has
Verily,
the same story.
thy
So,
plight
yeah,
hath
in the
troubled
core,
us
it's about
greatly,
crystals,
friend.
but
We had feared
this
the
is
very
definitely a
worst.
series all about relationships and, getting these what they call asterisks,
This is Sir
which
Sloane,
is basically their
the
job
Royal
system.
Man-at-Arms.
It's a very cool system. When we get to that point, we'll talk about it a little bit more. The Royal Man-at-Arms. Is that the guy from He-Man? What is He-Man's friend's name? Isn't it Man at Arms? Man at War? Man of Arms? Man at Arms. I don't know.
Come, my lady. We must make
Let's
haste.
make haste.
It will not do.
I
Indeed
think more
not.
people should use
We
that
will leave
expression.
right away.
Wait, you're going to meet a king?
I'm going to try not to sit too much on some of these
Gloria of
dialogue
Musa,
sequences.
at your service.
We're doing a first look, and I don't think we need to see the
Princess
story.
Gloria of
If you're
Musa, if you
interested in this
prefer my
game,
proper
you're gonna
title.
Get that
Although,
story, so we might avoid
since my
some
kingdom was
spoilers just
destroyed,
by,
I've been
You're a
not telling the
princess.
story. In fact, you're a princess. She's a princess. So we'll skip the rest of this story and move on. Let's take a look at, battle systems and that sort of thing. All right. It's time to get your adventure underway. The first game was like this too. Very fourth wall breaking with, all right, it's time to get your adventure underway. Well, yeah, that's kind of breaks a fourth wall. Does it not? Nice little chest right here. I mean, I'll just take what's not mine. I wonder if... Yeah, so... Again, the first game was like this too. The first person you're talking to is the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Don't
He would actually
mention
let
it.
you stay
It's
at the
only
inn
right
for
to help
free.
people out when they're in need.
Well, thanks all. So this place is called Hell.
Ah, I didn't think you were from around here. All right.
What the? This map
This
doesn't
map
make any
doesn't
sense.
make any sense.
Where the heck am I?
How does that not make any sense? It seems like a pretty clear map to me.
I heard you met with
Seth?
something of a calamity.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh,
The ship
dear.
was hit by a giant wave.
Yes, we've been hearing a lot about enormous waves and the like lately.
That doesn't sound good. Maybe I should...
Well, the seaside's not
All
far
right, so we're gonna
south
head
of
south.
here. Tell you what, why don't you take the map with you?
Really?
Oh,
Thanks.
suddenly he likes the map now. So he was insulting the map. Then she gives him the map. And he's all excited. Sure you do it. Okay. I'm curious about the menu here. When I played the demo, you would go to the menu. And you would hit B and you'd be back in the menu. Okay, maybe they fixed that. You would open the menu, you would end up on like the save screen. You'd hit B and you'd be back at the top level menu again. I'm so glad that is not happening. I don't know why that happened in the demo. This is just, look at the I love the beauty of this game. The first game was very much like watercolor look, and I think that's the same art style here, but because the resolution is so high, it has a different effect, but it looks beautiful. There's shops and inns. You can break into a run by holding ZR. Wait, am I running? I feel like I'm running. ZR. Whoa! He runs faster. So basically there's no walking, there's just running. Okay. I can't move the camera, but if I press... There we go. If I press that, it zooms out. That's very cool. This looks like a shop. Depth perception is a little weird here. What can I grab? I have 422 PG, and I'm forgetting what PG stands for. We'll call it pocket gold. Can I grab a weapon, something? Oh, okay, look, the shop system is really... Yeah, a lot of games screw this up. So the shop system, I can see that this weapon would up my physical attack by 3. I like that. Some games really screw that up. I'm gonna... Here's the buckler. That will up my defense a lot. Okay, I'm gonna get the buckler. Purchase and equip. And I like that. Okay, so it checks it if you have the item. And yeah, I think it's very clear to see. I like that. I've definitely played games where they screw that up and you have to go through a lot of effort to figure out what it is that if you're getting like a boost or anything. I've got 3 potions, 2 phoenix. I think I'm good here. Just start with that. I'm really curious to see the battle system. One thing that I had noticed in the demo was that in this game, if you've ever played this game before, the battle system consists of Brave and Default, and I'll explain that a little bit more later. But if you wanted to do Brave, you pressed R, and if you wanted to do Default, you pressed L. But in the demo, they took that away, the default. You couldn't
Princess
press
Gloria,
L to
thank
default.
you for
okay,
joining
so we're talking
us.
to the king here.
I think
And
you may have some inkling of why
I don't know how to
have
describe it. It's
summoned
probably
you
just
here.
muscle memory.
It
You may not notice if
concerns
you've
the
never played this
future
game before,
of the
but
Musen royal line.
I'm telling you, man, I really miss not seeing
It has
the
been
L
3
button.
years now since you came here
Kind of
to
hoping
our
they put it
kingdom.
back in, so we'll see when we do battle.
And while I
I
can only
really do
imagine
like the
your
battle
pain
system.
at having
The
lost
Brave
your
and
realm
Default
under
stuff
such
is,
tragic
It's a very
circumstances,
cool system.
there comes a
And a
time
lot of it
when one
was
must turn
adopted
from the
in,
past and
Octopath
begin to
Traveler.
look forward.
But it's
I
nice
wonder
to play
if
the original
Prime Minister
here.
Horton has
Even
convinced
if
me
they're
that in
now
finding you a
changing.
suitable match.
Has he indeed?
Okay, so we're talking to the king here.
Yes,
I'm
with
going to,
King
again, skip
Vernon's
this story a little
permission,
bit
I
since we
have
don't really want to sit here and watch it. We might not know exactly what we're doing when we're done, but I think there's more important things to see. We're not playing through a whole game here, so we will figure out what we're doing. This loading screen is very highly detailed, like just that fire, and it kind of has a very poor frame rate. I wonder why they didn't just do a simpler loading indicator. Alright, if you're using the standard two-handed controls, I don't know what that means. R will move the camera. Pressing R will expand or shrink the minimap. When you're out in the field or exploring dungeon, you can press Y to swing your sword. Try using it to cut some grass, or to give a monster a nasty surprise. Interesting. You can save your game at any time. Go to options and save. Okay, so that's the options menu. Okay, that's what was happening in the demo. So let's see, is this like Zelda? Oh yeah. So you can go through and hit... Oh, got a weapon. I got PG. So those are little modals that are coming up, and it's requiring me to hit A to close them. So I think this is cool because I couldn't do this before. A bad bone. Very Dad's After Dark. While I cut through this grass, let me talk a little bit about Dad's After Dark. If you haven't heard our show before, as I'm not a real dad here. We record and we publish our shows every Tuesday. We are a weekly show now. We used to be every couple weeks, but we do what we call betwixt episodes in between, which are usually some like random offshoot, one-off shows. I really enjoy doing them. We do something a little bit different every single time. But then every other week we do our regular show, which is based in a top 10. Oh, look, there's a chest. We'll do a top 10 stories or features of the week and run through those. And that's our regular format. So check us out. You can find us on basically every podcast app. Just look for Dad's After Dark Show. And you'll see a picture of me looking like Bayonetta and my partner Drew looking like Little Mac. 5 PG, that's not very much. Okay, so here's this map on the bottom. If I press down, I can expand it. Here's the weird part. I am facing south right now, but I am looking left. So the camera by default isn't oriented. See, now it's oriented, so when I go down, I'm going south. Well, and now I got to the location that I needed to get to. So that's unusual. I don't know why they just didn't rotate the whole world so that the camera was just by default
It's
pointing.
terrible.
So if you went down, you go south. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't navigate. I have
I heard it
very
was
bad sense of
but
direction. So anything that the game can do to help me
You
figure
should
out
have
my way
seen
would
the
be
size of the waves.
Oh, we got a monster. Look at the detail on that monster. Oh my gosh. That is just like several orders of magnitude better than the
monster!
previous games. And
Quickly,
granted, they were on
get
3DS.
out of here.
But like, it almost looks leathery. But like there, you can see that because she killed all the enemies, it's okay. In fact, when a fight is over, everyone's going to reset to 0. These aren't a status effect that retains. So in general, there's definitely some rules of thumb in Bravely Default, but there's also some strategy. And this falls into the case of if you use up all your brave points and borrow those brave points up front, even on your first turn, and you can destroy the enemy, you should do it.
Oh, you're only
because
saying that
you're
because
gonna
he put you
reset
on the
to 0
spot.
anyway.
Besides,
There's no
if
point
you're nice
saving
to
them
this
for a
one,
future
it'll only
fight.
go to...
But if you use your brave
Believe
points
me,
and
that's
you
the
don't take
last
care of the
thing he
enemy,
needs.
you're gonna have a few turns where you just get throttled by the enemy.
Anyway,
And you
thanks
could
for-
die. So you just have to be careful.
Less of that.
Aye.
And it's important to keep an eye on the enemies and their
anyway?
general weaknesses,
You don't look like you're a...
because it's going to help you to calculate. If you fight an enemy and you don't know
I reckon you and
how
me are
strong
gonna
they
get
are, you
along
can see that
just-
there's no
which is lucky,
energy bar.
Because I'm about to take you
Then
back to...
you don't want to like risk
Really?
it. You want to default more.
Am I sure?
Elvis and Adela join the party. Jobs and abilities can be managed now. Very cool. Let's take a look and see what jobs these guys are. So the job system in Bravely Default is the other really fun thing about this game. There is something in the game called asterisks, and I know it's in this game. And when you get an asterisk, generally it involves killing an enemy, usually like a mid-boss or a boss of a certain type. So like if you fought a white mage, which is always like the thing I try to find the fastest. If you fight a white mage and you just beat her or him, you will get a white mage asterisk. And now you can have that job. And you're going to have a party of 4 characters. And you're assigning them jobs.
The kingdom is a mutant
character
ally
isn't
of
just a
long
white mage,
standing.
or just a black mage. You can make them whatever you want. You can
And
have an
King
army
Orion
of 4
is a
black
fine
mages.
man.
It's a lot like, the
I'm
early
sure he
Final
would be
Fantasy
happy to
games
tell
where you
us
can
more about what
decide
has been happening.
the job somebody does. But the really cool thing is
We
that you
should head
level
there
up
right
the
away.
job. So your character has a level, and your jobs for that character have a level. So your character might be level 2, but they might be a level 4 black mage and a level 3 white mage. And if you switch between the jobs and fight enemies, you will get job points for that job. So you can max somebody out and they can be the best black mage possible. And then you can switch jobs and you're at level 1 for that new job. So it really does pay as you play the game. Try to find roles that you feel comfortable with. But, when you can, or if you're fighting enemies that are weaker, and you're not getting many job points, switch your job to something else and grind another job. It's better than not getting many job points anyway. Okay. And then, of course, there's party chat, which is really just, if you didn't have enough dialogue, you can get more. I really like this feature of going here. I like the way that the stuff just fades away. It's not quite as cool. Oh, that reminds me. So let's check out the menu. I can do jobs now. So let me look at equipment, because I found a sword. Oh. Okay, I guess I can't use... Oh, no, I can. Wait. Dagger, right hand... Why does it always say right hand? That's a confusing menu. Glaive. Oh, okay, that's... Okay, cool, that's what I wanted. So I have the glaive. Broadsword lowers my physical attack. I like the menus that are easy. Lowers the physical... Okay, so I can use this glaive. I like it. Okay. Let me look at jobs here. So Freelancer is sort of the starter job. It's like the absence of a job. But this is cool. This is new. It shows you, so as you level up that job, you can see there's 12 levels here. You get a new ability every time. And sometimes these abilities are passive. And sometimes there's something you can use in a battle, that sort of thing. So right here, Seth is a Freelancer, level 1. So he's unlocked Examine, which if I remember right, lets you look at enemies and analyze their weaknesses and stuff while you're in battle. Oh, and I can switch him to a black mage. It usually changes their outfit. Let me see if it does. It does. So see, it totally changes Seth's appearance. He's now a black mage, and they all look different in different outfits. And even between the characters, the way it used to be, they look different. Obviously, we'll see it in a bit. So I'm gonna keep him back to what he was. But you can have second jobs too. So here, I can make him Black Mage as a second job. So you can see on the bottom of the screen here, I'm a freelancer, and my sub-job is Black Mage. And what that's really going to mean is that I can use abilities and attacks of a Black Mage while being primarily a freelancer. I don't know exactly how it's going to translate in this game. Let's take a look at Elvis. So he's a Black Mage. And since we only have 2 jobs, I might as well make his sub-job a freelancer. It can't hurt. So again, he's a level 1 freelancer. He can do Examine now. And he's a level 3 Black Mage, so he can do Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder. And if I level up one more time, I can do Poison. If I come back to Seth, you can see he is a level 1 Black Mage, in addition to a level 1 Freelancer. So he can do Fire. So, gives you flexibility. Let's see what Adele... Okay, so Adele is a Freelancer. Alright. Let's make her sub-job Black Mage, because might as well. And, yeah. Now, she's cute. Okay. Toggle display. Alright, recommended equipment. I'm just looking to see what some of these menus are. Okay, so see, she's a freelancer, and I can give her Divining Rod. What is that again? Displays the number of unopened treasure chests nearby. Okay. So, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passive abilities you can give them, each character. And depending on their job, they have certain ones available. These guys can't do that. What is that? She is... Oh, she's a level 3 freelancer. So again, let's look at jobs. And then I promise I'll leave the screen. No, I gotta get back. So she's level 3. Okay. So she can just do more. Where was that screen? Oh, there we go. Toggle display. So she can do Examine, she can do Treat, and she can do Divining Rod. So as she levels up. So, like I said, when you play this game, Seth is overloaded. I don't think he can hold that glaive. But I'm not sure what it means to be overloaded either. Maybe I should take back the glaive. So right now, give him the dagger and then switch to the glaive. Oh yeah, look, it's super heavy. That gets the weight is 15. Okay, so we'll just hold on to that. So like I said, as you play the game, you know, I like to think of certain characters as a certain job, for the most part. Let's do some battling here. But, like, yeah, if you're in an area where the enemies are a little weaker and you're, you know, maybe you're a level 6 Black Mage and you're not getting many job points for the enemies you're killing, yeah, go ahead and go ahead and like change your jobs.
All right then.
I know how this works, so go ahead, change your jobs. It's a great way to just take advantage. So you can increase the battle speed too. I'm gonna do that. I always like to keep it a little high. It is. I find it a little bit slow, so I'm gonna put it on. You want it high enough that you can. I know I'm just gonna attack with the Black Mage. I don't like using any do it high enough that you feel like you can battle efficiently, but don't do it so high that data's flying by so fast you can't make out what the heck is going on. Whoa! That world does not wait. So it says your party is feeling brave, and I think that means that you can handle these enemies. I do like to play, especially against weaker enemies, and I'm the kind of guy who likes to grind early on. I don't know what it is. I mean, what about you? I mean, like, tell me.
Here I go.
Because I just like to grind early on and feel comfortably leveled up. So I do try to go around and fight more enemies. And I also do not like to use magic if I feel like I don't need it. Because MP cannot be wasted. I wouldn't mind trying to buy a better weapon, but I'm wondering if the weight of them will be too much anyway. But I'd like to get some people protected. Who's this guy? Is this guy just side quests, or he's just going to say something? Well, when it gets dark, that's when the monsters really come out to play. There's more of them in the daytime, and they're nastier too. More of them in the daytime. Okay, so you want to make it to your destination with minimum hassle, travel during daylight hours, but if you fancy a monster hunt... Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, we did see it turn dark. Well, now it's turning light. Okay. That's good to know. Just trying to avoid the enemy. In the first Bravely Default, you could actually turn down enemy encounters. The enemy encounters were random. So it was like as you were walking, you just got into an enemy encounter. In this game, it does appear as of now that you see the enemies in the overworld, and then you can just attack.
Guess it's my turn.
Okay, I'm going all in.
So that's interesting. So you can avoid enemies just by keeping an eye out, whereas before you couldn't. But there was like this little slider, and you can slide it so that there was lots of encounters, and you can slide it that there was no encounters. And what I really liked about that is, if you were just trying to get somewhere, and maybe just getting to a town so you get to an inn, you can just turn off all the encounters.
Here I go.
Approach a monster from behind. First the monster needs. You can just turn the encounters down and just get to where you need to go. There's times in dungeons where you needed to. I just wanted to get out of the dungeon. I need to, you get interrupted over and over by those random encounters, and I just want to get out of this dungeon, or I want to get to what I need to do. And it was a great way to just do that. I didn't see that when I looked at settings earlier, but it could be there. But right now, if I wanted to avoid encounters, I just see the enemies and go, okay. I don't know what this bad bone is. Let's take a look and see what bad bone is. I can just avoid them, so it's really nice. Bad bone, where are you? Is it an item? It's gotta be an item. Oh, there it is. Okay, doesn't... Oh, that's right. I turned off. See this black in the demo. This black box is so thick. It drove me crazy because you can see it covers up things near it. And I'll show you in battle how it's really bothering me. But if you press in the L button, you can turn it off. And I did not know that in the demo, so I am super excited to see that. You might have heard me before exclaim because I noticed. Collectible resource: the battered bone of an undead monster. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. Oh, my health is a little low. I don't have a white mage. I have no way of healing myself, so I'm gonna have to be careful here. But these enemies aren't too bad. Whoa! Wow, is he coming at me? Okay, I need to go down. So there's a yellow indicator telling you where you need to go. I think you can turn that off if that's distracting. Sometimes RPGs can become, go here, go here, go here. It's constantly telling you what to do. And it can make you feel like you're not even playing the game anymore.
Let's do this!
You're not discovering anything. And I don't know what it is. See, watch if I hit the L button. See the black box? See how it covers everything? So it's telling me what attack does. But all I see is attack and brave, and everything's covered up. I hate it. But if you press L in, it gets rid of it. And oh my god, that makes such a difference.
Okay, I'm going all in.
But yeah, some RPGs, they give away things. You ever play, like, The Witcher or something, when you have to find something? Like, oh, you have to find my friend you're missing. And then you look at the map, and it tells you exactly where the friend is. And I feel like it takes the discovery away. And this game has this big yellow box, and lots of RPGs will tell you where you kind of need to go. But this almost makes it feel like, too easy. It's like, just go here. But you can turn that off. There's just sometimes I want to see it, and sometimes I don't want to see it. I wish games would do a better job of like saying, here's where you need to go. Just put it on the map, but don't put it on my screen, I guess. Maybe that's the thing. Somebody help me.
Somebody help!
What's the matter?
You okay?
A horrible man and woman took me, but then an old man
A horrible
came
man
and
and
saved me.
woman took me, but then an old man and another woman...
Let's go
We'd
help.
better go help him out.
Oh, Seth
Whoa.
is having trouble. You might have skipped over something before.
Wait a second. You're the...
All right, so we're going to skip the story here again. Just so we can see the game. Well, I'll be jiggered. Is that even
Well, I'll be jiggled.
a word?
So you're the famous Sir Sloan, eh?
Well, I'll be jiggered. Sir Sloan is now accompanying the party. All right. So we have all 4 of our people? I think we have all 4. I don't remember. Occasional companions. You'll sometimes be joined by other characters during the course of your adventure. Okay. They'll help out with the odd attack and healing. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I think there was somebody else. I can't remember who, but it wasn't the old guy. You can use tents in the field. Yeah, tents are a nice thing. Changing jobs, we've already done that. Oh, okay, freelancer. Adept at using all sorts of equipment with special abilities designed to make adventuring easier. That makes sense, because a freelancer has examine to look at the enemies, and it has the dousing. So that does make sense. The freelancing is to make your adventuring easier. Okay, I like that. I've never really known that. Black Mage, we know what it is. So we're in the inn again. Let's rest. Now, in the first game, I could do this for free. She's charging me 80. This guy's a hard bargain, but... Yeah, the first inn, they would let you stay for free. As kind of like an intro. I'm kind of surprised they actually charge you. That's interesting. Well, let's go back to this shop and see if we can just help our friends here. Where's that buckler? I really like this menu. The blue means you're improving. Or it's going up, I guess, because if the weight goes up, that's not really ideal. Okay, so the buckler will help both of these characters. I'm going to buy 2, and I'm going to equip. How do you equip 2? Oh, okay, it says I have 2. Okay, cool. Oh, I like this. Okay. So if they have a check mark, they have it. You can buy multiple and hand it to people. I really like this. Okay. Can I get a better weapon? Let's see for the Black Mage. Staff? Okay, he's... Alright, it says staff. He has it. There's a lot of information on the screen, but actually... It's actually pretty simple and straightforward. I'm just getting used to it. So a Wizard's Rod will improve magical attack and physical attack. Actually improves physical attack more. Lowers defense. Alright, I'm gonna buy the Wizard's Rod. Oh, wait, no, that would overload him. I can't give it to him. Okay, sorry, dude. What about her? Longsword will actually help her. Okay, so I'm gonna buy a longsword for Adele. And this will improve Seth. I don't have enough money. Can I sell? You know what? I'm gonna sell this glaive. I mean, I found it. So I'll sell it for money. Just so I can... I'm sure I'll get something better. Yeah, because he can use the glaive. I really like this shopping system. Okay. There are definitely some RPGs that really screw it up and make it hard to tell if, you know, a weapon is really going to help you or anything like that. So I really like that. I'm not sure where we have to go, but we have to leave this town. God, it's so nice to play Bravely Default on the Switch. There's been a whole bunch of games where, you know, we wanted to play Mario Kart on the Switch and Splatoon on the Switch, and this was one game that I had actually hoped that they would remake the original 2 games and put them on the Switch, and then they announced this. Look at that. They still don't... It doesn't orient. I kind of like... I want it to be orient. Whoa! I didn't see that guy. But when they announced that they were making a whole new game, even if the name was a little confusing, because there was a second Bravely Default, but they kind of mean it in the sense of Final Fantasy, where all the stories are. Every Final Fantasy is its own independent story, but there is a Final Fantasy 13 too. So when they do a sequel, they do it within the name itself.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to show you that screen. I know I keep rushing through that because I'm familiar with it, but I'm going to show you what that screen means soon. So I have to go north. See the little yellow indicator up there? But I'm going to continue to just grind a little bit here. So every time you fight, you get experience points, just like a regular RPG, and you get job points. And the job points will apply to the job you currently have. So Adele here is a freelancer. When she attacks and she wins fight, she's going to get job points for a freelancer. Same for Seth. Or when Elvis fights, he's going to get job points for his black mage job. So, oh, sorry, I meant to hit A to hurry that up next time. So you're grinding for two things at once. And like I said, it's important to grind for your level, but it's also important to grind for your job. And I wouldn't say that this game is grindy, but it is very fun to grind because you can change your job. You could be very high level late in the game, and then you can just change your job and grind a new job out. And maybe make that job your new primary, or maybe make it a sub-job. And give yourself so many capabilities. One of the things I like to do in this game is make sure I have a few white mages. Definitely gonna have at least one white mage. Okay, so see right here, Seth is a level 3. His experience is going up. Elvis just leveled up. He's level 4. Dell is level 5. But underneath it, you see their current jobs. Freelancer, and I'm not sure why there's a little start. So Seth is a level 3 freelancer already. He started level 1. So they're both level 3 freelancers. So the first 3 abilities you get for being a freelancer are already there. And then Elvis is a black mage, and you can see that he's about to level up to level 4 black mage. So you get experience and JP, and then you can see up there you get money too. So let me take a look real quick at the job menu again. So we're going to look at jobs. So what you're going to see here is, so see Seth is now level 3. That means he can do Divining Rod. And he can do Treat and Examine. One more, and he gets to level 4. I can't go in there to see what Forage is. But you can see, let's look at Elvis. He's about to become a level 4 black mage, so he's going to get poison. And if he becomes level 5, lunar power. So we're going to definitely keep him at black mage. In fact, I'm going to keep all their jobs the way they are. But like later in the game, when I become a white mage, when I get the white mage asterisk, I like to have one white mage. Sometimes I'll have 2, but like most of the time just one white mage. Wow, he's powerful. That's my... That's not even my attack. That's happening automatically. I like to have one white mage, and then I like to have a couple of characters that have like white mage as a sub-job. It might seem overdone, but it means that they can all heal each other. You never know when a character dies. You know, when you play a party-based RPG and your white mage dies, and suddenly you have no plan B. You know, there's no way to health them up. So, at least make someone have a sub-job of white mage. That's what I would recommend. Black mage is powerful. There's some enemies that are very susceptible. I'll usually have someone with a sub-job of black mage. I like the core jobs. But there's so many more interesting jobs. There's thieves. There's just so many. You really can't go wrong with any of them.
My turn.
No one can tell you what the best builds are or whatever. You should play with what you like, what your character does. So do whatever. But I will continue with my black mages. I like to avoid using black magic on low-level enemies. So I will knock them with stabs. I just got myself a larger SD card, so you might see some downloaded notifications. I don't like turning the notifications off. I like being connected to the world.
Let's strike while the iron's hot.
I have to say, it'd be really nice to have every game that I've ever bought digitally available to play at any given time. I was definitely pushing the limits. I had some large games that I couldn't include. On sale. Okay.
Easy.
And as I finish up grinding here, take a look. I'm going to be doing a review on this game. Probably when I finish it or get close to finishing it. I don't want to do a review too early. That's why we're doing the first look today. But yeah, down the road, I don't know how long it'll take me. Probably within the next couple weeks, look for a review. Now, the thing I'm scared of is I've been doing 30-second reviews.
They're sitting
You come look at the Dads After Dark show YouTube channel. I've got a bunch of 30-second reviews that I do. It's a specialized format. Very fast reviews. I like doing it that way because there's very little spoilers because there's just not much time. And I record like the first hour of the game. But I'll be doing a more long-form review of this game when the time comes. It's gonna be weird scripting for that long. I've done it in the past, but
We've got the upper hand, guys.
alright, I'll probably wrap up my grinding.
So push too far.
Getting close to ready to go anyway. Yeah, this game is, it's always fun from the beginning, but it really picks up when you start getting into the job. Right now, there's only 2 jobs to choose from.
Did you see
Level 4
that?
freelancer stuff.
That's amazing.
There's only 2 jobs to choose from, so you don't have a lot of capabilities, but as you start getting more jobs, and then you can start switching between them. Can I stay in your tent? Once you start switching between them, it gets really nice, and I'm like dying to choose a job for Seth and Adele. Freelancer is just not cool. I'm hoping for some like martial arts type jobs for them. I also really want a white mage. So Princess Gloria is being held hostage.
Princess Gloria is being held hostage, right?
All right.
Indeed, she
We have a
is,
kind of
fair
an idea.
maiden.
Oh, okay, we're in a dungeon now. A couple ways to finding out if the monster you're facing can easily be dealt with. Look for a red glow around your opponent before battle. Note whether you earn an underdog bonus after battle. Both of these mean you're a little underpowered. If your opponent tries to run away before battle, in this case you're overpowered, and should probably move on to more challenging passers. Oh, that's interesting. That kind of reminds me of Earthbound when you're really powerful and you fight an enemy. You fight an enemy and then you just instantly beat them. Like they don't run away, you just instantly beat them. You don't even have a fight.
Let's stay focused.
I don't think that existed in this game before.
What's the plan? Yeah!
Let me show you this. I don't know how powerful this guy is. He seems a little bigger. So default. So take a look. See, I'm using Adele. And in the bottom right corner, you can see she has 0 BP. When I do default, I'm going to take a point. And now I have this extra BP point, which means on my next attack, I can do 2 attacks and still do my regular turn. Or, what I've been usually doing is, you know what, I'm going to do a default with him just to show. And I'm going to do default with him. So see all of my BP on the right side there? Now, with Adele, if I do Brave, now I can attack twice. And I'm back down to 0. I'll do the same thing.
Guess it's my turn.
I'm attacking twice and I'm back to 0. Okay, and the fight is over, but it means on my next turn I could have gone. If you go to negative, you have to wait till you get back to 0 to do another attack. And sometimes you want to avoid that because you just become a sitting duck. You become a sitting duck, you get hit, and then you can't even do anything, and then the next turn you're going to get hit again. I'll just fight this guy. You get hit again, And then the next thing you know, you die because none of your people can do anything. Nobody can like do a healing potion. No one can do a heal spell. No one can attack. So you can get a situation where you're stuck. Early on in the game, when the enemies are a little weaker, you'll see that I just tend to borrow brave points because I know that I'm going to win the battle.
That was
And
a piece of cake.
once the battle's over, the brave points will reset. So those are really useful early on in these games. So make sure you do it that way. There's a lot of rooms in this dungeon. So I'm going to be rescuing this princess, and if you played the first game, this game feels almost symmetrical to it. You wake up in an inn, and then the first boss happens. It's not, you don't get there very far until you get the first boss, but the reason why you fight that first boss fairly quickly, I don't know how quickly we're in, we're like 50 minutes in, but usually you get asterisks from those bosses, so you will be able to change your jobs a little earlier. And that's what makes it a little more interesting. Once you have multiple jobs to choose from, you can have, a black mage, a white mage, a knight, anything like that. And then you can start having different sub-jobs. You can get a little... Right now, all of my characters are freelancers and black mages, because those are the only two jobs I have. Once you start being able to mix things in. And the other thing is, you can see when I fight, the job points are going up slower because I'm level 4. And I'm fighting relatively easy guys. Wouldn't it be great? In fact, let me show you. If I go to the jobs area, let's change... I don't want to flip all of them. Let's make Elvis a freelancer. Let's see his outfit. See, I told you, their outfits are cool. Like, they're unique per person. And just for fun, let's make Seth the black mage. So now he's the black mage, and the reason why I'm going to leave her, because she's pretty powerful. And the reason why I do that is because they're going to gain job points more quickly because Seth is a level 1 and Elvis is a level 1. So instead of like getting just a little bit of job points, I'm going to get more job points. And now here is abilities. This is Seth. So, oh no, sorry, Seth. So I can set Divining Rod to Seth. And that is displays the number of unopened treasures nearby. Oh, okay, so it costs 1. I gotta see how to use that. I forgot. He doesn't have any abilities. Whichever way. Okay. So now, watch as these fights happen. What is that? Oh, that's an enemy. Oh, look, he's running away. I'll hit him. So you do fight. Okay, so you do fight. Allied advantage, your party's feeling brave. Okay, so it's just an indicator that you're powerful. Hopefully I don't run into trouble. This is a lot of enemies here, and I have some unfreelanding people. So Elvis is a freelancer, so I'm going to just use an attack. Oh, look, he only has a staff, so I didn't change the equipment. Okay, so now Seth is a black mage. So I can cast fire spells. Now I'm only a level 1 black mage, so it's probably not going to be as powerful as Elvis. So see the job points just shoot up. Look at them, they both got their job points up to level 2.
This feels good.
So that's the kind of thing you can do in this game, where you can switch jobs on the fly, level things up if you feel like you're, you've got the time to do it. As I say that, I'm going to switch their jobs back because I want them to be a little more specialized. By the way, you can have a sub-job, which is the same as your main job. You wouldn't want to, but let's set them back because I am trying to win here. His HP is up. Okay, let's go get this chest. This is a big dungeon, but not dangerous. I know I did a lot of grinding outside. Okay, he's running away. I'm just going to skip him for now. I mean, if they're telling me I'm not going to get a lot of XP, then I'm going to move on.
Let's do this.
And that guy helps out. He just, like, destroys everybody. Can you stay the whole game, dude? It's not quite clear if this is one of those you have to save the world, but I know the first game.
Oh, did you underestimate us?
Every RPG? I'm not sure if I'm going the right way. Can I get that chest? Will you let me go? Oh! Did I go downstairs? I think I went downstairs. Whoa, what is that? Oh gosh. Alright, hang on. This isn't the direction I need to be going. I don't want to get too lost in the weeds on a first look. Oh, that enemy went away. Mini ether, nice. It says I have to go down to the right, but it doesn't say go down the stairs. Did I go this way? Okay, go up the stairs. Alright. That guy ran away. JRPGs are like that. You get so caught up in battles. Every time you get into a battle, you gotta remind yourself which way you were going, because it's easy to get lost. And I just kind of did. Still no sign of him.
Still no sign of him. Where is the useless old fart?
So these
Calm
two,
yourself,
this
Jack.
reminds me of the
Becoming
first game where the
flustered at a
first
time
boss
like this
was two
will only
people.
benefit our
One was like a
enemies.
big bruiser fighter guy. I can't remember their names.
He
And the other
almost
one
got the
was
better of you.
a
It is true.
black
But
mage?
you will prevail in
I
the
can't
end.
remember. I think you
You
start with a
always
white
do.
mage. Yeah, I think you started because Agnes was a white mage, I think. And then when you beat the bosses, you got their asterisks, which are basically you can now do their jobs.
Yeah, I guess
So this is very similar. He's not
When I
quite...
do,
Dagger's just not
we'll
quite
have
as
the
cool
wind
as the other
crystal.
guy. He looks
And
like...
that little beauty's gonna make the both of us feel.
You do not care that your actions might bring about untold...
Pull the other.
Dungeon portals. When you're in a dungeon, you'll occasionally come across a bright blue circle on the ground. These are special portals. So this is like Zelda. I wonder if it means I'm near a boss. Ooh. There are areas where you can pitch a tent. I think there's a lot of games like that. But that is not this, because as soon as I stepped into this... So, okay, it takes me back... So this is Zelda. You go back to the beginning of... What is my health? Oh, I'm good. You go back to the beginning of the dungeon. I like that. So I think I'm near a boss. I'm really liking this game. The two gripes I had from the demo were the black box covering up all the text, and whoa, where am I going? Let's go this way. The black box covering the text, and the L button not being a good default button. But
We've got the upper
especially
hand,
early
guys.
on in this game, I'm doing mostly Brave anyway. It's really not that bad. And I think, actually, come to think of it, a lot of the problem why I was frustrated with not having the L key is because that black box was covering up my options. So finding default was harder.
Did you see that?
And now it's not. So if I need default, I can just go there. So it's really not a big deal. I'm feeling pretty happy here. The time between encounter with the enemy and
There's no way we're losing
fight
this
starting is a little longer than I want, but
what's
you
the
can
plan?
see it's not really long. I just wish it was a little faster. It seems to be a couple seconds black. I wonder how that'll be on 10.
Oh, what's next? I wonder.
To fight certain enemies, it says there's no limit to a weapon.
That was a
But
piece
I
of
haven't
cake.
seen where it shows you later. I'm noticing. When I played Octopath Traveler... What am I doing? I was trying to fight before I even got in the fight. I gotta go this way. A yellow indicator is... Okay, there we go. Ooh, I didn't see that boss. On Octopath Traveler, if you, like, attack somebody with a knife and that enemy's weak to the knife, it'll, like, show an indicator from
Okay,
then on.
let's do this.
So you only have to fight an enemy one time and find their weakness. These guys are weak to whatever it was. I can't remember. Oh, okay. So C weakness, it shows a staff. They're weak to being hit in the head by a staff, apparently. And then there's 2 question marks there, so I assume that means they're weak to a couple of other things. But in Octopath, it showed it right here when you're fighting them. Here you have to bring up that other screen, and it's quick to bring up the screen. It's instantaneous, but it's not there.
What's the plan?
So I kind of wish it was there, but I get it. I get it.
I'm going all in.
Level 5,
Did you see that?
level 5. Doing pretty good.
I'm amazing. Hey, I'm just getting started here.
Grinding is going to be worthwhile. We're getting close, we have to go. I mean, I'm not really grinding. These people are all after me. Yeah, here, see that load time? I wish that was a little bit faster.
Let's put the boot in.
But it's honestly... I've got a Del here.
Well, what's next, I wonder?
Ooh, I'd love to get
That was a
Elvis
piece
to
of
level
cake.
5 before any boss fight. I want to make sure. How close are we getting? Save points. This is a save point. What's a save point? No. Oh, okay, you can use a tent here. Okay, oh, there we go. So this usually means you're near a boss. How many tents do I have? Do I have a tent? I've got one. I'm going to use the tent here and hope... I mean, I really don't need the tent, but there's usually a boss battle close to these things. So I'm going to tent up. That is a really funny animation. It's just a tent that pops up indoors, and all the enemies just don't bother you. And then you can save here as well. Oh my god, had I not saved? I think there's autosave, but I hadn't done a save. I should do more saves. Oop, right there? Okay. Let's see if I'm right. There's a boss battle right here. Hear me, villains.
Hear me, villains.
Okay,
I
there
have
she
brought
is.
to you the
Back right.
fabled...
Not until we have seen the crystal.
Okay, we'll skip the story. Leave that as a surprise. Hopefully we're fighting now because I just used a tent. The screen is very white. What's going on?
You.
Oh, the crystal's talking to
That's
you.
the voice I heard after I felt...
Hear me.
Well, interesting.
I am wind.
The wind crystal? So that thing's...
It is. It was I whose breath bore you to this place. But there were those who would have seen you sunk forever.
Oh my god, what's happening here? Alright, there's a countdown of 30 seconds. Look, I'm skipping the dialogue to keep some spoilers out of here for you and to speed up the first look process. So don't blame me that I'm running to this vortex that I don't know what it is. But there's a yellow diamond there and it says to go.
Lies, delusions, credulity. There is still time to change your mind.
Okay, that's it.
But
I'm
no,
apparently choosing a harder path.
you choose. This being so, I grant.
As a result of receiving the Wind Crystal's blessing, Seth can now perform special abilities. Interesting. I'm not sure quite what that is. Do 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 do. What just happened? Oh, was that light?
What just happened?
Blessing.
What was that light?
Only
A
one thing.
revelation.
Now one of us.
And that...
A hero of light. Oh my god.
A hero.
Every game has to
light.
have a hero of light. Alright, this looks like a boss battle, is it?
Let's do
It
this.
is. Oh, right, just like the first game.
Guys are in for
So he looks like he's a knight.
This should do
There was
it.
a lot that happened there. I didn't know where the battle.
Here I go.
So he looks like a knight. She looks like a white mage. So if we beat them, I guarantee you we're gonna get their jobs because that's just the way it is. I'm not sure how powerful these people are, so I'm going to default for now. Feels lucky enough to receive the crystal's blessing become able to perform incredible special abilities. These will differ depending on your current job, but every single one is amazing. Go ahead. This one's on the house, but you'll usually need to make certain job-specific crits. So, let's make him use the special ability. She is probably the white mage, and she can probably cure. I don't know that, but she's dressed in white, and I gotta pick somebody to attack. So I'm gonna go after her. Gloria has 2 BP, so I'm just going to use a couple and attack, because I don't want to go into negative. One little thing I like to do when I battle sometimes is you get a couple BP and you do a couple of attacks, because if you go to negative 1, you're going to skip your next turn. But if you go to 0, then you can do 4 on the next turn. So if you feel like you're getting close to beating somebody, like here, I don't want to use all my BP or borrow BP. So I'm just going to do a couple hits. And then on the next turn, I have the ability to go 4 in. But if I did 4 immediately, then I couldn't use BP. So I'm just kind of flipping it so I can get 6 attacks in. This is Gloria. I don't know much about Gloria. I'm going to default here. This is Seth. I'm going to default. I want to go all in with Adele.
Okay.
See, Elvis hasn't been able to really move. Again.
This should help.
Here's Adele. I'm going to go all in. Elvis hasn't been able to move since I did those 4 fire attacks. So now he's able to.
Very well.
I'm gonna just do a couple of attacks. Oh, it won't let me attack. Alright, I'm gonna default. I want to attack her. We're going all in on... What's her name? Celine? Okay, who's attacking me? I don't know why. When you have the battle speed pretty high, you can use that sometimes with the shell.
There.
So, just keep the battle speed to Gloria's got a lot of BP. I'm gonna still just attack him. I don't really want to attack him. I want to attack her. I don't know why that's happening.
I must endure.
Gel back.
Very well.
I guess I'll just... Oh, I can attack her. She's vulnerable to bows, but it doesn't take much damage out of her. So Gloria. I need that guy to do some attacks because he's powerful. Oh, he's burning again.
This should help.
Alright. Nope. You can back out if you do. I did an attack on the wrong person. Oh, I can only attack him. That must be like a special that he's got. I'm gonna default because I don't want to attack him. So see the meters on the right, the yellow meter when it fills up, that's not your experience or anything, that is, in battle, that is your turn indicator. When that fills up, it's your turn, so it's a good way to know who's going to turn. So you can see Adele's turn doesn't come up, she comes up last. What is miscellaneous? Oh, she can treat. That's health. Nobody needs health. Everyone's pretty good. Alright, I'll just go attack it. Hopefully we can get her down before she's healing. Just killing herself a lot. Look at that. All my attacks was just nullified by that. Adele, go get her.
Alright then. Yeah, I'm all set.
There you go. Got that attack back. Now see, I've got all my... Oh, she just went down! Yes! I was just about to point out all my characters are in the negative BP ring, so watch what happens. They're not going to be able to move. Let me... I don't know why when I had to load there it went black. So see... Oh gosh. Oh gosh! Brought back. See their negative points keep going up, but they can't do anything until they hit 0. Unless you're that guy, but I don't control that. Okay, so now Seth is at 0. So that means he can move. Gloria's at 0. She can move. Okay. Well, let's just go after this guy.
Okay then.
Until you come back to 0, you can't move.
I'm going all in.
I don't know what magic he's weak to. Let's go all in with Adele. Yeah, oh, look, see he's holding up his shield. He's down! Elvis learned overpowered. Okay, he leveled up his job. There you go.
Onwards and upwards.
Now let's see if we get... asterisks. I guarantee it. I bet you. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Did she just become a white mage? White mages support others with restorative magic, making them invaluable. Yes. Increase the target's... So abilities are Cure, restore a little bit of a target's HP. Increase a target's physical defense by 15% for 3 turns. That's Protect. Okay, and here's the second one. So that went to Seth. Is it transforming Seth? Vanguards can protect the party by drawing enemy attention and bearing... Oh, that's why I couldn't attack Celine at times, because that's what Vanguard does. Defang, perform a physical attack on a target and decrease their physical attack by 7% for 5 turns. Stats cannot be reduced below 65% of their base value. Okay, so you can do it multiple. Enrage, guarantee that an enemy's next 2 actions will be aimed at the user. Okay. So now I have 3 jobs. Black Mage, White Mage, and Vanguard. And apparently they lose their clothing. He had a chicken on his back.
For this. Hey, not so fast.
I'm trying to recall when you got their asterisk, did it take their job away? I don't remember that happening.
Time to make a swift
Like, look at her.
exit.
She looks normal. It's like you took away their powers. I don't remember that. I think they stayed with that job. Okay. Hold on. So I think this is a good place to stop. But before we do that, if we go to jobs, there you go. So I can make these guys whatever. So I would make Seth of Vanguard. Very dapper. Who is this? Is this the princess? Gloria. I would make her a white mage. I like the hat. Black mage, you can stay. And then her... let's just make her a vanguard. I want to see how she looks. Very cool. So see, that's her outfit. And Seth, they're the same thing, but see, their outfits are different. I love that. This game's so cool. So that's what I would go with. And then see... look at the bottom. You can see sub jobs, freelancer, black mage. So what I would do is I like to make one of my stronger characters a white mage, but she's really strong. So I'm going to make his second job a white mage. So you can see in the bottom, he's a vanguard and his sub job is white mage. She's a white mage, and we'll make her second job black mage. Because if she's good at magic, I'm not gonna equip her with a weapon. Him, the same thing. I'm gonna make his backup job a white mage. And then her vanguard, she can be black mage, that's fine. So there you go. And you can see they appear that way on the screen. So cool. Well, that's Bravely Default 2. If you played this game before, I think you're seeing a lot of the same, but you can see some little tweaks to the formula here and there. There's definitely some changes to the story that we're seeing. I'm not changes to the story, but just some subtle changes with how things work. We're going to see the party chat right here, where they kind of chat with each other. A little extra dialogue. But yeah, it's the same kind of formula. Just small tweaks like being able to scavenge for money on the overworld, that sort of thing. I think the menuing systems are even better than they were before. The job systems, I know there's some different jobs in here. Like I said, I haven't really read up on it. I didn't want to. But yeah, it's already fun, and they've already given you a pretty high party. I think it took a little while to get to 4 people, and we're already at 4 people now, so I'm ready to go grinding and building up my skills. I love this game, so I hope the first look might help you decide. We went about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Hopefully not too long. Hope we didn't bore everybody. Once again, this is John Blanco, Dad's After Dark show. Be sure to give us a listen. We have a good time. It is not family-friendly content. There is some language. Sometimes we talk about topics you wouldn't want your kids around to hear, but we feel like the Nintendo dads do such a great job of giving family-friendly content, we had to kind of present another side. But check us out on a podcast, and come to our Twitter and Dads After Dark, and join our little sub community. Be happy to have you. And check out the Dads After Dark show YouTube channel for 30-second reviews. I think we're up to 20 to 25 30-second reviews. I've been reviewing a lot of new games. I've reviewed a couple demos, actually, as well. But I've also reviewed old games, cheap games on the eShop, just games I want to. I generally will review games that I like to play or I would like to check out. I do a lot of Xbox Game Pass games as well. Just anything that looks interesting that I don't have to pay for, then and I'll give those a check out. I think I've even done at least one PS4 game, so you never know what we might be doing a 30-second review for. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for checking us out. Bravely Default 2, looking very promising. I love it. I'll talk to you later.